What in the hell is that?
Are you recording?
Yeah, I'm recording. I have to take that shit off.
Oh.
Welcome back to LiveWire. This is Rain. With me is
Peter, man. What's up?
And we're gonna talk about the biggest motherfucking movie of the year.
Woo!
We're gonna
Star Wars.
We're gonna talk about the biggest motherfucking movie of the year. We're talking about the biggest movie in the past, like that people have been waiting for 10 years now.
This is too epic to describe.
We were supposed to get this in 1999.
1999?
Yes, and we got the Phantom Menace instead.
Oh, we got the prequels.
Yes, George Lucas was supposed to say, "I'm gonna give you more of them classics," and people were like, "Oh hell yeah, hell yeah!" They got in their tents. They got in their tents and waited outside of the movie theater for weeks, maybe months.
I remember I had like the lightsaber, the green lightsaber.
Yeah.
Back in the days when the Phantom Menace dropped.
So you got the Obi-Wan. Is it, or is that no? That's a Liam Neeson. That's the Taken saber.
Yeah.
That's that Taken saber.
Yeah.
Shit. So yeah, I mean, it goes without saying that this is one of the most anticipated movies of the year.
Yes.
So anticipated that, you know, the movie, Disney was willing to not risk spoilers and stuff by, you know, giving it to critics, the screenings, before Oscar voters. So they're like, we're willing to risk getting Oscars just to make sure.
Because I didn't even see, because you know you can always see on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah,
like,
the reviews and
a week
whatnot.
or two before it drops, like the reviews.
Yeah.
Like I didn't see it until like they did the premiere.
Which was like 2 days before the movie was dropping. Yeah.
So.
And everybody was.
They kept it under wraps, so.
Yeah. I mean.
Now, before we get into this, is George Lucas involved in any way?
No. Did
he was he like next to JJ and was like, I approve?
No. Disney said, we'll buy Star Wars for $4 billion. George Lucas took it, and they said, stay the fuck out of our way.
Okay.
This is not your problem anymore.
Okay. This
is you do your thing. Go make Strange Magic. Remember that animated movie Strange Magic?
No.
Exactly. that's a go make American Graffiti 3.
Was that like what was his last theatrical release?
Strange, like as a director?
As a director.
Star Wars.
Okay.
Episode 3.
Okay.
Yeah, man, he's not much of a director. Like, he doesn't need to direct anymore. Right. You know how much money this guy makes?
Yeah.
So, yeah, George Lucas has nothing to do with this. You know, it's Disney, and to make
JJ.
sure, and JJ, and they make sure to get everything right because they got the writer of The Empire Strikes Back to come back, Lawrence Kasdan.
Okay.
You know,
nice.
They got him to come back and help write the script with JJ and Michael Arndt. They wanted to bring back the old school feel that the prequels just botched, man, because the prequels too much CGI, terrible dialogue, terrible characters. Jar Jar Binks alone destroyed the prequel trilogy.
Right.
I have to say there are a couple of highlights for me from the prequels. They had good ideas for villains. Like I really thought Darth Maul was a really dope villain.
Yeah.
I thought.
Hell yeah! I loved his lightsaber with the double-sided shit.
Yeah,
that was
iconic.
My shit, bro.
That was iconic. I always loved Ewan McGregor as Obi-Wan. I thought this guy is the only one that's keeping this shit together.
Was Qui-Gon Jinn?
Yeah. Yeah, Liam was meh.
Yeah.
But like it's Ewan McGregor and his take on Alec Guinness that really just translated well. You know, we all know it almost ruined Natalie Portman's career. Hayden Christensen, Hayden who? You know, where's that guy at?
Takers.
He's doing straight to video movies with Nicolas Cage and Adrian Brody right now.
Okay.
So that's where he at.
You know, he gotta do something.
Yeah, he has to do something. So those prequels really like put things on such a bad perspective for the Star Wars fans. And then Disney paid attention to Abrams, who was making these Star Trek movies. And the Star Trek movies, a lot of Star Trek fans don't like them because it doesn't feel like a Star Trek movie.
awesome.
Yeah, no, they're
just
great.
Really exceptional.
And they are amazing. Actually. They are amazing, but there is one thing that I can agree about the Star Trek fans' complaints, and it's not a complaint from me. It's just like I acknowledge what they're saying. Those Star Trek movies feel like Star Wars movies.
Okay.
Action-packed, fun, like the
not so like talky and scientific
and brainy.
Right.
Because Star Trek it has an upper echelon in certain perspectives, and Star Wars is more mythological.
Right.
So it was just ideal for J.J. Abrams to come back.
Right.
You know what I mean? To come to
so not only
Star
has
Wars.
He dominated as far as moviegoers are concerned, the Star Trek franchise, but he already has his own stamp with The Force Awakens.
Yeah.
And it's so apparent that we needed a director like J.J. Abrams to take the helm of a Star Wars.
We really did. We needed somebody with vision.
He's not going to be continuing, because I know that they're probably going to make more movies.
Well, you don't know who's making the rest? Because
you mentioned it the other night. Ryan Johnson's going to be directing.
Ryan Johnson's doing the next episode.
Okay.
But every episode's going to come out in 2 years.
Okay.
And in between those years, we're going to get a spin-off movie. Like, Felicity Jones is the lead in the next year's Star Wars movie, and it's a spin-off called Rogue One from the director of Godzilla. Okay? And then after that, we get the Ryan Johnson episode 7.
So for the next year's feature...
It's like Marvel. Disney's doing the Marvel thing.
Okay.
Where every year we're going to get a little taste. After Ryan Johnson's episode of Star Wars, we're getting the guys that made the Lego movie and 21 Jump Street. They're doing a prequel on a young Han Solo.
Oh, interesting.
And about 2,500 actors have auditioned, including Miles Teller.
Wow.
Dave Franco. We could get a Dave Franco as Han Solo.
Well, you know what? I see that.
You can see that?
I can see that. He's this like quirky guy with the jokes.
So this movie has so much anticipation because not only does it ride on the fact that we have to fix what's broken in Star Wars, but we have to set it up that we have to get excited over every other movie that's to come. Right. Now, does it succeed?
You're about to find out.
So let's
go with the plot.
Let's go with the plot because you know what? It's been a few days now since the movie's out, so I think
Is it safe to say that
it's safe to say we have to say spoiler alert.
Okay.
But if you haven't seen the movie, then what the fuck you doing here? Well, what have you been doing these past couple of days?
Right.
But this is spoiler time. Now the movie starts off with a variety of characters. This is a whole new generation. We don't just stay with the old characters. Luke Skywalker has vanished. He's missing, and people are trying to find him. Both the bad guys and the good guys. Mm-hmm. The bad guys, the Empire, as you know, they went down. But there's this new type of Empire.
The First Order.
The First Order,
yeah.
Which is like the Nazis times 100.
Mm-hmm.
And in the midst of the search of Luke Skywalker, Poe Dameron, played by Oscar Isaac, is out finding clues to find Luke, and he gets kidnapped.
In his possession, he has a piece of a map.
A map, yeah, a piece, right. just a puzzle piece.
Right.
And he puts it in his BB-8 droid, and the BB-8 just goes off in the planet of Jakku to just...
AKA Tatooine.
AKA Tatooine 2, And in the meanwhile, Poe meets a disillusioned stormtrooper that just doesn't believe on what he's forced to do, right. Played by John Boyega. His name is Finn. And in the meanwhile, BB-8 is met with a scavenger young girl named Rey. Love that name.
Played by Daisy Ridley.
I
don't know. Let me stop you real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Have we seen this actress before?
No. She did a short film.
I really
exceptional. She reminds me of a very young, like a Keira Knightley a little bit. You know what I mean? Like especially like lower.
Cheekbones.
Yeah. She reminded me a bit of, but she is exceptional. Mm-hmm. So in certain turn of events, they end up meeting together, especially Finn and Rey, and they have to work together to get the BB-8 to the rebellion squadron. And in the meanwhile, they bump into Han Solo and Chewie.
Yeah.
Still doing their things. They ain't
and
missed a
they're
step.
in that, and they take aboard the Millennium Falcon.
Yep.
Which at first, there's this other spacecraft that they could have boarded,
which gets blown up.
Gets blown up, and she's like, "We'll take the garbage." And when they refer to the garbage, it's Millennium Falcon. Now,
how many people cheered? I don't know how many people cheered as soon as they see it.
I literally whispered to my wife, I was like, "That's the Millennium Falcon." Like, oh my god! Like I had like a fanboy move. Like I had I'm not gonna lie. Like I'm not saying like I'm like a hardcore. Like I watch Star Wars, but I'm not like a fanboy. Like I can't say like I'm a.
But
part
you
of
got
that
you felt like a fanboy though.
But I did. That was my fanboy moment. I was like, oh my gosh, they're on board the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah, and that's an amazing action sequence too.
Yes.
That's the action sequence that's shot in IMAX, and it's all plastered all over the place in the previews.
Right.
But even the previews can't hold them down. Like that, it's just amazing. And on the other side, as you know, we have a new villain, and he's played by Adam Driver. His name is Kylo Ren. Now,
and he dons like this mask, very reminiscent of
Darth Vader. He's like a Darth Vader fanboy. Yeah. He wants to be Darth Vader, even though he knows he's not Darth Vader. Right. He can't. It's like he's mad.
He's
at
got
himself.
Some light.
Yeah.
But he also has the dark, dark side.
And he hates himself for not being up there with Darth Vader's class. And well, let's go into the review, man. How'd you feel about this movie?
I thought it was so superbly made by J.J. Abrams.
Yes.
I thought it was a great film. How you're into the ambiance. This was the time where I was like, look, I gotta pay for this IMAX. Oh no, I gotta pay for the 3D. I didn't see an IMAX. I know you've seen an IMAX, but I had to pay for the real 3D. And I gotta say, like, it was so cool.
It's worth it.
And it felt like, because I went up to the Regal to see it, and they had that new stadium seating with the leather chairs and the recliner. So I just sat back, relaxed, chilled, got the popcorn, and just had a good time at the movie theaters. But it really it was just an experience to watch it in 3D. It almost felt like when I was seeing it, like I was aboard the Star Tours. Like it was that great of projection that I saw.
Right. Bless you.
And the sound was great. And
the first time I saw it, it was in the terrible screen. But
the sound quality was great, and the projection was great. I thought that the film had a strong plot, very reminiscent of the first films.
A New Hope. A New Hope.
New Hope. And
generally A New Hope for me. Right. Yeah, no, this is
you could say, I think we were having a discussion the other night, that we were saying how this could be an updated version of A New Hope.
It is. It's almost like a remake meeting a reimagining meeting a spin-off all at once.
Now, you wouldn't say it would be a carbon copy, because that would kind of diminish the effect of this film.
Yeah, no, it's definitely not a carbon copy.
It's definitely a reimagining of A New Hope.
Like a modern reimagining.
Yeah.
And when I mean modern, I mean like the way filmmaking is done these days.
Right.
Yes, it is. It is. And the biggest highlight for me in this film, man, is these new characters. I love these new characters. Yeah. All of them. I loved all of them. Like, I love Daisy Ridley as Rey. I love John Boyega as Finn. I loved Adam Driver. I loved Oscar
Adam Driver was so good. Like, I want to say he really stole the show for me, and I'm not really familiar with his work.
No.
If you could remind me of some films.
HBO's Girls. If you really want to, like, I watched that show.
Okay.
Yikes. But, like, he is dynamite, because he's something.
It's called Girls. I have no idea what this is. This like very female oriented.
Yeah, it's very female oriented, and he's one of the only male leads that's there from the beginning all the way to, like, I think this is gonna be the last season starting in January. Right. But he is such an interesting type of actor. Okay. He can be very explosive, very random. he's what I like to think is unpredictable. He was also an Inside Llewyn Davis. You've seen him in that.
Oh yeah, he was with the
Outer
space.
Yeah.
Right. And he was in the last Stiller movie when we were young, correct? Is that the same guy? Or?
The Jason Bateman movie, right? The Tina Fey movie. This is where.
No.
No. Yeah. The Ben Stiller one.
Right.
Yes, you are right. And he's also
Noah
in that
Baumbach.
Jason Bateman and Tina Fey movie. This Is Where I Leave You. He plays the little brother. See, he's
I know
up.
I've seen him before. So like when he.
But he's still fresh,
right?
Like brand new.
I'm just saying when you first see him without the mask, like I was like, I know this cat. Like he's a great actor that really like you said, like captures
I just find his
character of having that inner conflict of having the light and being a part of the dark side. And
out of the 6 movies, not since Darth Vader have we seen a villain with conflict.
Right. Inner turmoil.
Yes. He's really trying to. But it's so interesting because, like, while say Vader or somebody like Vader, is usually like trying to find the goodness out of the situation,
right.
Like say in Return of the Jedi or whatnot. Like Kylo Ren is really trying to stay bad. Mm-hmm. It's like he's fighting his urges to do good. Mm-hmm. Like no matter what it takes, and it takes some really drastic and terrible turns.
Yeah.
John Boyega, really, like him and Oscar Isaac really bring the fun and the charisma of the old school Star Wars films. Like they, especially John Boyega, he is such a joy to watch on screen.
He has like the most like comedic lines,
charismatic,
very charismatic, almost like a updated Han Solo.
Yeah. So. Yeah, that's what it almost makes me confused because Daisy Ridley's character, you can tell that she's gonna be the iconic Luke Skywalker character in this journey, while I'm confused. Which one is Han Solo? Is it gonna be Oscar Isaac's Poe Dameron, or is it John Boyega's Finn? Now we don't know yet. That's where for the other chapters to let us know.
Right.
But this introduction is just such a joy to watch.
Right.
Like I've seen this movie twice. I want to see it again just because I want to hang out with these characters again.
I kind of want to see it in IMAX just to get the experience.
Yes.
So I have a feeling I'm going to. But like you said, like I would definitely pay for the IMAX. It's just an incredible film, very entertaining. I really can't. I mean, I know that there might be flaws here and there, but
there are flaws.
J.J. Abrams does such a great job at capturing the spirit of the original Star Wars franchise. Definitely breathes in new light, especially after we've got the very flawed George Lucas prequels.
Yeah, it goes to show
we don't need a Jar Jar Binks.
Right. No, it goes to show how limited George Lucas is as a writer and director. Because like, which one was out of the originals? Which one was the best? Empire Strikes Back, which wasn't written by Lucas and it wasn't directed by Lucas. And those 3 prequels are all written by Lucas, directed by Lucas, and it shows that he's not good with actors. Yeah. He's not good in
he might just be a visual like.
Yeah, but he like even the presentation on screen, it's like it's not very cinematic in the sense, I don't know, like compared to what Abrams was doing in this film. It's just we need somebody that has visual panache, and like Lucas. It's just bland. It's just bland. He has amazing ideas.
Yeah.
But to put them there, we need experts. So I'm really happy that they took this shit out of his hands.
It makes you sound like very much like a George Lucas denier.
No,
it almost makes you feel like you're saying there's a lot of smoke and mirrors with Lucas.
I'm just man, like fuck. He even gave us that animated Star Wars movie, The Clone Wars.
Okay.
Oh, that was just terrible, man. Okay. It's just like now you're just trying to, milk the dollars. Like,
right.
It's just not working for me. And
I know you're offending some people right now. I know you're offending some people right now.
They can get offended all they fucking want. Like, but it's just because I went back and I watched all of them before coming to The Force Awakens, and A New Hope is good. It's good, solid, you know.
Right.
But then he also did the reworking of the films, man, like the special edition versions, and each time, you know, like he botched even the original movies because he made changes to them so many times. Like if you watch, like say the Blu-ray versions,
Right.
there are changes that you don't see or extra added scenes that just do nothing to the movie other than make it worse.
Right.
You know, like the Han shot first situation. You know about that, right? You know when you first see Han Solo and Greedo is like about to shoot him, but
Right.
Han Solo shoots him under the table. He edited that shit to make it look like the other person, the Greedo, shot at him first, so that Han Solo can be look like an angel.
Huh.
So like, you know, like, and people getting so mad and so worked up, like, no, Han shot first, but George Lucas is like, well, sucks to be you guys.
Right.
And he refuses to release the original versions of the film on Blu-ray.
Wow.
Like, for nobody.
Wow.
So, like, fuck Lucas, man. Like, fuck Lucas. I'm glad that they took it away from him and did this, because we wouldn't have gotten this.
Right. We wouldn't have got
with Lucas. No.
The caliber story that we had.
Yeah. Now complaints, like pros. You know, we've said enough pros. Cons. It is very reminiscent to episode 4. Almost to the point that I was just like, certain scenes felt like a scene for scene remake.
Okay.
That, at least the first time I watched it, I was a little disappointed because I came into the movie theater with no footage in my head, did not know what the story was, did not know what anything was going on. I was like, I'm going to come in fresh. When was the last time I've done something like that? I don't know.
When you didn't do your research?
Yeah. When was the last time? Never, right? I always like I'm always knowing everything that's going to happen. And I said, you know what? I'm going to not do that for Star Wars. And then
Were you the better man for it?
I was a little disappointed because I found the movie to be predictable. Now the movie is a sense of wonder, and I say like this movie's going to be like what episode 4 was for a lot of people, for this new generation. People are going to be like wowed by this film, you know. But for the people that have seen it, that know Star Wars and whatnot, they'll see this. You'll see it either two ways: as a beautiful homage or a lazy shot-for-shot remake. You know, like, it all depends on how you want to look at it. I was a little disappointed because I found myself going, this is going to happen. This is going to happen. I mean, like, let me help you. Han Solo is basically Ben Kenobi in episode 4. You know, like, the Star Killer is like the Death Star. The same way they planned out for the Death Star, they planned it out for the Star Killer. It goes the same way. It goes beat for beat for beat.
Now, can you say that as J.J. Abrams taking on the directing helm, could you say that he's partly a fanboy and partly just saying that this is an homage, but this is also me taking Star Wars seriously?
I think it's more so that he knows the kind of expectations that people have, and expectations were sky high.
Right.
So that he decided to play it safe. And he is a fanboy. You know, you can tell he's a fanboy. And he wanted to do, like, his own homage of episode 4. So it's like a mix of those two things. Like, well, I want to pay homage to the classics that I love so dearly.
Right.
And I don't want to upset people by taking things to a direction that they might not want. Kind of like what happened with the prequels.
Right.
So I'm going to stay in my lane.
Right.
And I'm going to play it safe.
Yeah.
Now, and it worked out great.
Right.
I just wish I had a little bit more surprise. And it's not so much a complaint as and I was just like, well, I wish. It's like maybe I'm being spoiled. Maybe I'm asking for too much. I don't know. You know, another thing, this like that I'm afraid of, man. I'm afraid of is this new emperor, this Emperor Snoke or Lord Snoke, or whatever, played by Andy Serkis. First, I was scared. At first, I was really, really nervous, man.
Supreme Leader Snoke.
Yeah, Supreme Leader Snoke. Whatever. I was really nervous about this character. Because the first time you see him, it's this giant like CGI monster, and I go, no.
Well, he's in like a giant chair.
Yeah, I was like,
suited for him.
No.
Especially made like chair, like like an ottoman or something.
But it was just like a cartoon. No, you know what I mean. I want a real living being. You know, like, and
but
this giant
his character, like, he's not like as far as it being presented. I mean, when what's his name?
Adam Driver or Kylo Ren?
Kylo Ren. And Domhnall Gleeson's character, I don't know.
Hitler.
General Hux or something, whatever.
Hitler.
So when they see him, is it just like a hologram? Because it's not really
no, it
him,
is.
Right?
That's the only thing that gave me a sigh of relief that I'm hoping Rian Johnson will clear it up. It is a hologram.
Right.
So it's like maybe it's that the hologram is just giving you the illusion that he's big.
The supreme leader.
But like, you know, kind of like the Wizard of Oz, you know, like you go pull back the curtains and he's just this weak little man.
Yeah.
You know, kind of like the Emperor was.
Right.
You know, so I'm like, fingers crossed with that shit. Because I really don't want like a fucking Thanos in Star Wars right now. You know what I mean? I want just...
That's what I thought.
Because that's
as far
also...
as it being
that's also one of the highlights that I had in the prequels that I forgot to mention is the guy that played the Emperor was good. Right. He was really great. You know, like to embody
and like very, very old and wrinkly. And
he showed the embodiment of evil so well in such in a space opera. Like he showed it so well. And Andy Serkis, I know he can do this shit in his sleep. Right. Like, so I just hope that they don't just focus on CGI. Like, and we don't really get to know full who this character is or where he comes from. You know, I think we're gonna find that out in the spinoff next year. But fingers crossed, man, that like we don't get another type of Thanos or Ultron or, you know, that it's just all CGI like monster. I don't want that, you know. Do you have any complaints?
No, but I didn't know the chick from Lupita
Nyong'o.
Yeah, I didn't know she was the
little alien.
The alien Maz or something. Yeah.
I
didn't know that. I just read it.
You didn't know that? Yeah, it's almost like, well, that could have been anybody.
Yeah.
Like, you knew Daniel Craig was a...
Not until you told me.
Yeah, Daniel Craig was the stormtrooper. Simon Pegg is the monster that gives rations to Rey. Did you know that?
Bill Hader's
BB-8.
Really?
Yeah, okay. Bill Hader's BB-8. But did you know that Simon Pegg was the one that gives rations to Rey in Jakku? You know, it's like, how much for this? Like, half a portion.
Oh, yeah, no, I didn't know that.
Everybody wants to be in Star Wars, man. Can you blame them?
Apparently so. I think Kevin Smith had a minor role, too.
Stop.
It says so.
Stop.
As
no, fuck.
Go on Wikipedia.
No. We don't need that.
Anyways, do I have complaints? I think maybe since when we let this marinate, like you bringing up the fact that this is this could be looked at as a remake to Episode 4.
Yeah.
That maybe that's just kind of like taking the easy way out. Easy way out.
Yeah. But I can't fully complain because this movie's so well made.
But I'm saying that's probably maybe the only complaint I have. Like, I had a lot of fun with this film.
Yeah, it is.
And it's just a very well made film. This was like the
Star Wars movie that we've been waiting for.
The thing was, this was the epitome of the most the film you're looking forward to of the year, like the highly anticipated film of the year.
This movie met expectations and kind of exceeded the expectations in just the wild fun that you're gonna have.
Right.
Whereas a movie like Avengers: Age of Ultron, it kind of disappointed. And that was that was another. And to me, Jurassic World was a little disappointing because it was just it wasn't Jurassic Park.
It was very disappointing to you. I just took it as a popcorn flick.
Yeah, exactly. But this one, it's a popcorn flick, but it met all the expectations that people like. You see why people love Star Wars so much, and you understand it.
Right.
After watching this one.
Right.
You want to become a fanboy after this one.
Yeah. No, it was very. It was.
What would you give it? What's your rating?
It's like I really was gonna give a perfect 5.
Yes. I changed his ass. You see.
But I think maybe
the dog side.
I think maybe I'll just give it a 4.5 out of standards of it being a really great film.
Yeah. So you wouldn't say it's one of the best films of the year?
You know what? It
come on. You see, I'm just messing with your mind right now.
full 5.
Ah! So you're gonna give it a
I'm
full
gonna give it
five?
a full 5. No, it's a great film. Again, it ends the year with a bang.
Okay.
And off the strength of Adam Driver as Kylo Ren, I just think like he was something to look forward to.
I think him, Daisy, like the top 4,
Mm-hmm.
they're all amazing to look forward to. Like, I'm just really excited to where this movie's gonna take us, and I really want to see these characters more, man.
Yeah.
Like, I'm really excited.
So,
From my complaints, I am gonna give it a 4.5.
Okay.
I am gonna give it a 4.5.
See, I was gonna take your route. I was gonna be a Ronaldo Gonzalez.
Oh well, you know, I had to stay in my lane. I had to be me, you know.
So 4.5.
4.5 for sure. It's just an amazing ride, man, and this movie really is worth the ticket price and the extra.
It definitely
because
is.
I went to the fucking Chinese theater. That it was like $20-something per ticket.
Right.
Like, but it was so worth it that I was just like, man, I can't wait to go. I can't wait to watch this again and again and again.
Right.
You know, like, and you want to watch it in the best seat, the best theater, the
Right.
best seat in town, because it'll be worth it. Don't cheat yourself out with this one. You know. And we haven't even mentioned how great it was to see the old cast back.
Oh yeah, definitely. Carrie Fisher and
Harrison Ford had some great scenes together. Harrison Ford has not looked like he had so much fun since, like, I don't even know when.
Right.
Like, he always looks like, every time I see him on TV or in the movies, he's like, yes,
just snarling.
Yeah, like, I don't want a beer.
I'm an old guy.
I don't want a beer. In this movie, he's having. What's he doing there?
Am I getting paid?
But like, he's having so much fun in this film.
Yeah.
And he really brings his character back to life, and it's such a joy to watch him.
It's cool to see Chewbacca.
Oh yeah, and even the droid BB-8. I love BB-8. You know,
I was wearing my C-3PO shirt.
Oh yeah, you have a C-3PO shirt?
I do. It says "Stay Gold."
Oh yeah.
It was cool to see the C-3PO and R2-D2.
Yeah, it was. And you know, is Luke Skywalker in the movie? I don't know. We're gonna have to.
I guess so. I was gonna let him in on it.
You're gonna let him in? Nah, don't let him in.
No spoiler alert.
You want? Oh, dang, you really want to?
Nah.
Yeah, man, but it's a great film. Definitely meets expectations.
Yeah. Oh, most definitely.
And if it wasn't for so many great movies coming out next year, I'd be wanting to watch it again. But there's a lot of movies coming in the next couple of days. Time to play catch up.
I definitely looking forward to Revenant.
I know you always mention that one.
Leo.
Hateful Eight. There's Hateful
Eight.
Revenant. There's Joy. There's Concussion. There's. Am I missing anything?
Point Break.
Oh yes. Watch me actually go watch that movie, man.
I think maybe if you've seen Star Wars maybe for like the 3rd time, you probably want to go see something else.
But there's like so many other stuff, like The Big Short isn't even out over here.
The Big Short, yeah.
You know,
I heard, is that coming out tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Tomorrow. So we got stuff to watch.
Yeah.
You know. But yeah, you got anything else to say?
Star Wars, LiveWire. We out.
The Force. It's calling to you. Just let it in.
dispatch Inquisitors to hunt the rebels. The Empire's looking everywhere for us.
We can't just run.
We're being pulled out of hyperspace.
It's a Star Destroyer!
No,